Is it okay to put on a live broadcast? Or,
On what?
it's all right. You're done.
Yeah, just not, just not done. Yeah, yeah. Actually,
Purport. The actions and reactions of all works in the material modes of nature, either in the minute form or in the gigantic form, are accumulated, and thus the result of such accumulated actions and reactions of karma or work become manifested in the same proportion. How such actions and reactions take place, what the different procedures are, and in what proportion they act are all subject matters of Maharaja Parikshit's inquiries from the great Brahmana Sukadeva Goswami. Life in the higher planets, known as the abodes of the denizens of heaven, is obtained not by the strength of spacecraft as is now being contemplated by the inexperienced scientists, but by works done in the mode of goodness. Even on the very planet where we are now living, there are restrictions upon the entrance of foreigners into a country where the citizens are more prosperous. For example, the American government has many restrictions for the entrance of foreigners from less prosperous countries. The reason is that the Americans do not wish to share their prosperity with any foreigner who has not qualified himself as a citizen of America. Similarly, the same mentality is prevailing in every other planet where there are more intelligent living beings residing. The higher planetary living conditions are all in the mode of goodness, and anyone desiring to enter the higher planets like the Moon, Sun, and Venus must qualify thoroughly by activity in complete goodness. Maharaja Parikshit's inquiries are on the basis of proportionate actions of goodness, which qualify one in this planet to be promoted to the highest regions of the universe. Even on this planet of our present residence, one cannot achieve a good position within the social order without being qualified with proportionate good work. One cannot forcibly sit on the chair of a high court judge without being qualified for the post. Similarly, one cannot enter into the higher planetary systems without being qualified by the good works in this life. Persons addicted to the habits of passion and ignorance have no chance of entering the higher planetary systems simply by an electronic mechanism. According to the statement of the Bhagavad Gita 9.25, persons trying to qualify themselves for promotion to the higher heavenly planets can go there. Similarly, persons trying for the Pitralokas can go there. Similarly, persons trying to improve the conditions on this earth can also do that, and persons who are engaged in going back home, back to Godhead, can achieve that result. The various actions and reactions of work in the mode of goodness are generally known as pious work with devotional service, culture of knowledge with devotional service, mystic powers with devotional service, and at last, devotional service unmixed with any other varieties of goodness. This unmixed devotional service is transcendental and is called parabhakti. It alone can promote a person to the transcendental kingdom of God. Such a transcendental kingdom is not a myth, but is as factual as the moon. One must have transcendental qualities to understand the kingdom of God and God Himself. What an
Prabhupada is
explanation.
always, challenging our faith with strong words, isn't it? It's not a myth.
Yeah.
You know what we may be thinking, what transcend what is not a myth. Just like we try to convince somebody, Prabhupada is on it. Okay, let me try to send that. Uh, I think best is to send email to that lady so that on her laptop she receives. Uh, Done. Okay. Back here.
Yeah, she joined.
How is she joined?
It says here, no, Nitika?
Oh,
Yeah, I can hear.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Who is
Krishna,
this
Prabhuji.
Nitika? Payal, our old Nitika or new Nitika?
Oh, this is Sydney Nitika.
Oh, welcome,
Mhm.
welcome. I sent you
Thank
a
you.
mail also to her just now, so you ignore that now. Okay? I'm sending.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, good. You can see everything. Everything is fine.
Yes, I
Audio
can.
is fine.
Yeah.
Yes. Then we'll start the discussion. So this is the questions going on. Who is asking questions to whom, Payal Mataji?
um, just a sec, Prabhu. Parikshit Maharaj is asking
Yes, to Shukdev
to
Goswami.
Shukadev Goswami.
Various questions are going on now, and we just finished this question. Kindly describe. This was a question for 14th. This is talking about karma and various karmic constants leads to various bodies. And then Prabhupada spent the purport. What is the main thing in the purport, Yuresh? What Prabhupada tried to explain?
Uh, just like the example given, without qualification, we cannot enter into the higher planets or
Correct. If I want
any
to come
heavenly
to
planets.
Australia, I need
Yeah.
visa. Correct. Because we are a rich country, you'll not allow all idiots to come in. Yeah, that's a tendency, no? Yeah, even in a house, it is like that. You're not allowed stranger to walk in and occupy one of the room and share your opulence. Will you allow that? No.
Mm.
But provided he is ready to fit in as a family member, that's a different issue. Correct.
Mm.
But it's not just somebody can walk in. That's true for common sense. That's true that Vedic culture is different. At Atiti Devo Bhav, you share everything. But Atiti, just imagine how peaceful the world must have been. The person can walk into your house and he's given a respect like God, and you share all the opulence with him. How peaceful the world should be, and how people should be even opulent to be able to do that. What do you say, Yuresh? Large-hearted? Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji. We
Just
do it, but to an extent.
yeah, today cannot do that. But people, you know, what kind of civilization must have been to practice Atiti Devo Bhava? Huh? Must be
Yeah.
really very, very. No, people are trustworthy. You know, you don't have crooks to take advantage of this. You know? The people are so nice, and you really feel welcome. And in fact, from Vedic times was like that. You can go to any house and beg charity, and so many examples are there given. You could have just walked into, and it's given all the respect. In fact, my mother tells me that she was in a village in mountains. So whenever we used to cook, she says we used to make one hand extra rice. We used to put in case a guest comes. Always some extra. She, there are 6 people in the house. We will put some extra in case a guest comes. We are ready. So, you know, but imagine Atithi means there is no, what is a fixed
Day.
appointment. Yeah, nobody has told he is coming. And he lands up and he is very welcome. Atithi means he may not be a relative or a friend. Stranger walks in, and imagine how much the goodness is there in the society when it practices that, isn't it? You're welcome. You know, you know what happened? ISKCON, we have the life membership. So they call up, do you have some place? And I arrange some place. Now I have 2 buildings. But the way we accept is like, okay, you can come in. Never that, oh my God, you're welcome, you know. So Atithi, even we don't practice, forget about. Chalo. So that's a nice point.
Yeah.
That how civilization. But Prabhupada insist upon this point that the Devalokas you cannot go unless you are pure. If you're addicted to any, he says rasik or tamsik, very strong words he uses. See, anyway, restriction of foreigners is there. The person, he says, addicted, he says, they cannot do this. Addicted to habits of passion and ignorance. have no chance of entering the higher planetary system. Sometimes they say we are going to Vaikuntha Loka. Forget Vaikuntha Loka. Even heaven we cannot enter. Yuresh?
Yeah.
If you take this as the
And
and
given a great example, like American visas as an example.
what is what is an example? American visa.
Yeah.
So explain that. Explain what you wanted to say.
Yeah. I mean, Prabhupada ji explained in the example that American government don't allow everybody and anybody to enter the country without a proper qualification to be a citizen of America. Yeah.
Prabhupada says this is mechanical Sputniks. He laughs.
In the same way. And also, Prabhupada ji gave a statement as a reference from Bhagavad Gita 9.25.
What is the shloka? Tell me the shloka.
Sorry, Prabhuji, not by hearted, but from the book. Yanti deva vrata devan, pitran yanti pitrvrataha, bhutani yanti bhutejya, yanti mat yajino pimam.
Yes. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay. So yanti mat yajino pimam. So if we worship, what is the meaning? If you yanti deva,
those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods.
Pitriyanti pitrivataha. Pitriyanti means your forefathers. Bhutani yanti bhuteja.
Ghosts and spirits.
Yesterday I was studying this, I was developing a presentation for Sunday. Last Sunday did not go very well, the mind control class, because of disturbance of a lot of people came and could not manage them, and internet was going on off, so it was a total mess. And I hope this time I'm developing presentation of the soul. So yesterday I was studying research on NDE. You have heard about NDE, near-death experience?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so in that I was seeing that they meet the Pitris, which is very interesting. Most of the people in America, when they were different evidences they have of NDE from doctors certifying. And now you tell me, you're a doctor. What kind of surgery is this? Some surgery of the brain where the brain functions are known by EEG, correct? ECG for the heart and EEG for the brain, correct? The brain is dead. EEG is zero. Okay? They shut down everything. They remove all the blood from the brain. And so there is no blood also. So 3 symptoms they know the person should not be at all externally conscious at all. But she came out of the body and she narrated everything of the whole operation setup, which is very complicated for a major operation like this. There will be many machines all around, correct? And they had some big operation to be done on the brain. Remove some tumor or something. For that, they did all this thing, and they brought the body down to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. And they did the operation, and then they put everything back in, and she came back to life, and she reported the whole thing. And added to that, she said that she met her relatives and met her mother and her old departed relatives, and then her uncle put her back to the body. So you can go back to the body. And then I was reading another leading research. I just don't understand. These are all people. How do we tally with the Vedic philosophy? Because certain things, Pitriyanti, okay, we can understand. Putting back to the body, and then they come, you negotiate with them, something people are discussing. Okay, I'll share the links with you later. Because what happened, they are all these big scientists who are doing this, psychologists and all this research, they are groping in the dark. They don't have a science of the soul and science of God to able to handle all this, So just... and the data is, they are saying the data is, they have 1,000 cases of now recorded cases which are scientifically verified or NDE. One doctor, I heard his lecture yesterday, nice old person. He said he's mostly researching on the people who have stroke, basically, and they have a major heart attack. And then they all symptoms of life cease, correct? Heart has stopped, pulse has stopped. And then sometimes we are able to revive them, Correct? You give a pop, 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 you put on the chest, no? You put a, and it revives. So these people, when they revive, I seen some of these people giving NDE, near-death experience. They were not in the body. Okay? So this is what he has been specializing in. He has 1,000 cases now and has documented it. So this I was seeing as one more evidence that we are not the body at least. Okay, as this is true. This is more advanced today. This is Bhagavatam is very advanced, talking about Payal Mataji. How much is the introduction? Sorry, this Nitika. She has read Gita, Bhagavatam, chanting.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Everything. She has read Bhagavatam, I think 2 times. She is 3rd time reading.
Oh.
On her own.
I thought some new person has come, so I was telling very basic thing for her to get introduced.
But we were missing association. That's it.
Where she is also like you in some isolated place.
No. we live in a city close. She lives close to me, but the thing is, life takes you in a direction where you can't meet everyone.
Okay, so how she got introduced to Krishna consciousness through you?
She used to live in Westmead and through the devotees.
Okay. She's in Australia, not in India.
Yes. No.
Okay. Yeah, Nitika, you want to say something on this? Is it clear?
I think it's on mute.
Okay. You are muted. Okay. Maybe having some problem at home. Mode of goodness, the pious work. Okay. So anyway, so if you Prabhupada is saying unmixed devotion service, but we need para bhakti. To go back to Krishna, you need a pure devotion service. Para. That a bhakti I have explained can be in various ways. It can be instead of pure bhakti, it can be contaminated by so many ways. The para dharma. This is para dharma. Savai pumso paro dharma. That will give you ahetuki apratihata, that will give you Krishna. If you want to reach Krishna, you need to have pure devotion service, which is unmixed with any taint of fruitive desire, and a devotion service which is uninterrupted. So imagine you think about Krishna without any material desire, and you think uninterrupted. You will conquer. You'll conquer it. Krishna will be, capture you, will embrace you. But point is, we're maintaining strong material desires, and our bhakti is not apratihata. You know the shloka, Payal Mataji, Savai Pumsa?
Paro dharma. Aage.
Yeah, what is that?
Adhokshaja. Few words are.
Savai Pumsa Paro Dharma Yata Bhakti Adokshaje Hetuki Apratihata Yayatma Suprasidhati. This is second chapter, 6th shloka. First.
Yes,
Savai Pumsa Paro Dharma. Paro Dharma means this is the topmost dharma. Yata Bhakti Adokshaje, which gives you devotion to Krishna. But what is the quality of pure devotion? Yayatma Savai Pumsa Yata Bhakti Ahetuki. Should not be without cause. We just want to love Krishna. We want to serve Him. We don't want anything. Apratihata, there should be no break.
uninterrupted.
Then it will capture the heart of Krishna and it will give you total satisfaction. Ahetuki apratihata yayatma suprasidhati. This is the nectar of pure devotion service. So we need para bhakti, para dharma to reach Krishna. Otherwise, it's kaitava dharma or so many other dharma. Para, there is para, there is para. Para means other person's dharma. You are in one mode, but you're trying to do activity another. Okay. Oh, best of the Brahmanas, please also describe. It's fine. We go to the next verse.
Prabhuji, would
Yes,
you be able
Prabhu.
to give some examples of that various actions and reactions of work in the mode of goodness? I mean, pious work with devotional service, cultural knowledge with devotional service, and mystic powers with devotional service.
No, see what
And
happens. Okay, I'll give you an example. See what happens. Punya karma, when it is karma yoga, there is connection to Krishna. Therefore, it is saying, see, nothing can be disconnected from Krishna in the sense then it has nothing to do with Krishna. Then there is not yoga. Today I have to give a class on yoga at 10:30 in one college. Yoga day is coming in India, so they invited me. I don't know what I'm going to speak. We don't accept their yoga only.
that's good.
Okay, Janal, you help me with that later at the end. So, anyway, so pious work in devotional service, Yuresh, refers to karma itself. Karma yoga means pious work with devotional service, because Prabhupada explained without devotional service in karma yoga is failure, because there has to be some link to Krishna. Hai na? Yoga means link. So that is karma yoga. Culture of knowledge of devotional service is jnana yoga. And this is and mystic yoga with devotional is Ashtanga yoga. You understand? There is. You see in Bhagavad Gita, Ashtanga yoga means Matchita, Matagata, Prana. We discussed recently in Gita study, correct?
Yeah.
Sixth chapter we are in. Matchita, Matagata, Prana, Matparam. There are three words which are used. That you make me the goal of life and try to achieve my lotus feet. So that is what is Ashtanga yoga. But generally people think Ashtanga yoga is close your eyes and meditate and do some asana and pranayama. Hai. That's all they teach. This invitation is from a naturopathy college. And I know what I'm going to speak is reverse of what they think. But I was thinking I'll explain in this, which is my common example. I said you climbing a Tirupati hill. But at the end, when time comes to see Balaji, you walk away. Everything becomes waste. So all the yoga systems are like climbing the hill. But the end is bhakti yoga. The Lord comes in front of you, correct? So you offer obeisance and offer prayers. So you do asana, pranayama is like climbing the hill. But you do not reach the devotion to the Lord, then it will not know you. It's just like you go into Tirupati, climb the hill, but never took darshan, correct? So it didn't work on the Ashtanga. I mean, there are 8 angas. You don't work on Samadhi. You are more excited about the other angas. So that was I wanted to develop. Okay, so unmake devotion service is transcendental and called para bhakti. Okay, it's fine. Nitika is not able to communicate. Payal is also muted. Hare Krishna, Nitika. Anything you like to say from your side? You are muted now. Chalo. Yeah. O best of the Brahmanas, please also describe how the creation of the globes throughout the universe of 4 directions, the heaven, the sky, planets, stars, mountain, rivers, seas, and islands, as well as different kind of inhabitants, take place. It says Shloka 15, creation of various places in the universe and their inhabitants. Yes.
Perfect. The inhabitants of different varieties of land, etc., are differently situated, and not all of them are equal in all respects. The inhabitants of the land are different from the inhabitants of what?
Of the sky.
Or the sky. And similarly, the inhabitants of the different planets and stars in the sky also different from one another. By the laws of the Lord, no place is vacant, but the creatures of one particular place are different from those of other places. Even in human society, the inhabitants of the jungles or the deserts are different from those of the cities and villages. They are so made according to different qualities of the modes of nature. Such adjustment by the laws of nature is not blind. There is a great plan behind the arrangement. Maharaja Parikshit requests the great sage, Sukadev Goswami, to explain all these authoritatively in accordance with proper understanding.
Okay. In accordance with proper understanding. So the Prabhupada says it's a great plan. It's a great plan. What is the plan of this different species? Can anybody explain me? Payal Mataji?
To go back to I think we accept the species according to the desires, and then it's a training to go back to Godhead.
Okay, Yuresh, why do you think there are lakhs of species? Why could not just have 3, 4? Why lakhs of species? Prabhupada is saying there is a great plan. What is this great plan?
I don't know. I think all the species relate to one another in a way. And I mean, like Mataji said, it's all based on your guna, karma, and desires of the past.
Okay, just wait. Hare Krishna, just 1 minute. Yes.
Such adjustments by the laws of nature is not blind.
Oh, you want me to come earlier?
There's a great plan behind the arrangement. In accordance with often natures are not blind.
No. 9:30 means I have to leave at 8, Hannah? No, from Mangalore, 8:30. Take it. We'll try to work it out. I'll be there. 5-10 minutes here and there. Take it. And how much long I should speak, Mother? All the students are there. Take it. Okay. Oh, I'll send you the photographs. 100, 200, 500 students. Madam has, and she has preponed. I should be there by 9:30. Oof. I have to speak on yoga in a naturopathy college which believes only on Ashtanga yoga. They just don't know. But I have sometimes addressed the students. They know little. We'll do a big kirtan at that. turn around their whole session. Yeah. What I was trying to say.
What is the big plan?
Yeah, what is the big plan? The big plan, we know what Payal Mataji said. The plan is so that we get reformed. And Krishna knows we are in different situations. So he has to have a huge hospital. So therefore, this material world is like a massive facility. And we have so many desires of independent desires of, enjoyment. There were lakhs of species to give an experience that, this kind of enjoyment you want to take it. Isn't it? Lakhs of species facilitate the different modes of mental nature which you have cultivated. Just like we have 3 modes, sattva, rajas, and tamas. So, it's like 3 colors. You mix them together, you can make 80 lakh species. Or even 84 lakh, we can say, because human beings, different species are on different consciousness only. Correct? Not forms. So there are 84 lakh varieties of consciousness can exist. So people are based on that, they're getting different forms. Correct? The different forms they're getting. And in human form also, you can change the consciousness. You change your form also. Suppose you change your consciousness very sattvic, so you get Devata form, which is human-like. Devatas also are human-like, but they are, the body is very wonderful, Even the people in this world, who are always thinking of good others, they start looking like Devata, correct? They have very, always smiling. It's, I think it's a nature's thing. Face is the index of the mind, isn't it?
I was reading a story that, is that magical touchstone yours? Where Brahmin was worshipping Shiva, and then Shiva says to meet Rupa Goswami. And then he says, I want something valuable. Then he says, pick up the stone from rubbish, which can turn everything into gold. And he comes back, shows his wife, and they create everything in the gold. But then wife says after some time, why did he put it in rubbish? How many people put the things in rubbish? That means he must have something more valuable. So you go back and find out. So he goes back, and Rupa Goswami says, yes, your wife is right. Hare Krishna Mahamantra he gives, and this he says, this is more valuable than gold. So what I was linking with that, हम कहाँ थे, मैं कहाँ पहुँच गई, कुछ लिंक कर रही थी उससे. We were trying to link that thing. I just
my Gandharva singing now. Oh wow! Oh, can you hear?
Yeah.
I have a Gandharva in temple. No, he sings for Krishna. Can you hear it? Now you start. See. You all can hear?
Yeah.
He's the same Prabhuji?
Yeah. But only thing is that now his Mridanga player has gone away. I'm extremely strict. He had got somebody, one devotee. And one day that fellow did not get up. My rule is that by 7, if you're not up, 125-liter bucket water comes on your head. I'm very hard. What to do? That's how you run a temple.
Yes, yes.
And that person ran away. He's heartbroken. Prabhuji, is so difficult to get these people. He ran away from.
No, then temple again the same thing. Qualification you need, no? You need to get trained to
Yeah.
stay in temple.
Yeah, because I want the people should feel temple as very respected. Our standard should be so high that it never reaches the boundary which people can even come in. Anyway, generally I don't go. I don't. We have two buildings. I generally never enter there. If I enter, they know that if anybody enters, and Prabhuji will bring a bucket of water and put over me. They all run here. There. Chalo, now let us go back to this theme. The theme was that we have a desire for different facilities, we hallucinate different kind of enjoyments. But I was just commenting, seeing that purport to Prabhupada, they said that if you're addicted, he said a very strong words, to something rasic, tamasic, forget spiritual word, you not even go to Devaloka. Also, addicted to habits of passion, ignorance, or no chance of entering the higher planetary system simply by electronic mechanism. Correct? So therefore, see what happens, we are chanting Hare Krishna, no doubt. And Hare Krishna mantra is the most powerful system of purification. But then it should work on the ground also. Not the first thing, we cannot just say, just like I'm taking medicine. And depending on the stage of my health, I go to the next place. Either I go to ICU or I go to different, or I am released from the hospital. Okay? Now, if I'm taking medicine properly, when they come to check me, say every month a check is done, and based on condition, you are put in different wards, or you are released, you are totally healthy. So release means you go back to the spiritual world, take it, you are totally healthy, correct? But if you have some sickness, you will be in different ICU, you may go. So even though you are taking medicine, if you are not taking medicine properly, the result will show. Somebody is chanting Hare Krishna, is reading Bhagavatam, definitely this addictions to rasic and tamasic habits should not be there. And what is addiction to rasic, tamasic habits? 4 regulative principles. He should not have addiction to drinking, smoking, intoxication. Correct. He should not have. If he's having, that means he is not chanting properly. Somebody, whenever Srila Prabhupada was told that devotees are not following or devotees are not, Prabhupada said they're not chanting. So somebody said, Prabhupada, they're all chanting. Said, Prabhupada, they were angry. What do you think? My process is wrong. How much faith he had in the process? Just like you come to a doctor and this person is still having fever, but the doctor will get really upset. Do you think my medicines are wrong? So as an acharya, as a person who gave is holding, and he is the one. It's not just like, suppose you are selling a product. You should be most convinced it is effective. Prabhupada for the whole world has sold the product of Hare Krishna. So definitely he has to be most effective. He has to be most convinced about the effectiveness of the process. And he is most convinced about this effectiveness. Correct? So this should be careful. So sometimes what happens is we are not doing attentive chanting, and we are at the same time letting the mind loose through the day, correct? And the mind stuck to material because of mode of passion and ignorance. Habits, addiction is only because of mode of passion and ignorance. Addiction cannot be because of satyamuda, correct? So detached from material objectives, material concepts. Prabhupada used the word objectives and concepts. You are detached from material concepts, you are free. Then they come to check your temperature. No temperature. You are happy, healthy. Hey, go back to the spiritual world. So death is nothing but as good as sleep. Many Western philosophers figured out that death is nothing more special than a sleep. Prabhupada said death is like 7 months sleeping, for human birth.
But I was listening that the Rajesh Prabhu. Did he join our class? I think he has joined a few times.
Who, Rajesh Shankar?
The one who died, right?
Who is?
Abhi jinki death hui hai.
Oh no, he never joined. We felt so bad. No, it's not the person Rajesh who was in a video conference. Never.
Oh, okay.
A bit uneducated person, very poor person, was a kuli, he came to touch with the devotees, and devotees trained him up. So last 10-15 years he has been there, and most humble person. young boy, ready to do service, finally came out of his coolie job and was earning 7,000-8,000, at the port, shipping port, the things, thing and all. And he got odd jobs here and there, and he was a good driver. In fact, he trained many congregation in driving. And was driving to, just recently got married to my congregation, one girl in my congregation. I was with that girl cried for, in front of us, all the crowd, she cried for 1 hour. She's the only one crying. Otherwise, we did big kirtan, we were talking about him, that's what you do when somebody goes, correct? And the girl was an unconsolable and howling,
Prabhu, but that's what I was thinking, like, हम लोग हर वक्त ये भी एक लाइफ ही है ना, एक मोड चल रहा है, and then it suddenly goes off. When we see someone कि वो डेथ हो गई, we still, हमें ऐसा लगने लगता है कि उसके साथ हुआ, हमारे साथ,
हम बच गए,
और अगर
हम बच गए,
हाँ, और अगर हम ऐसा सोच लें कि हमारे साथ भी होना, फिर तो हम ये भी नहीं कर सकते.
Correct. No, see, anyway.
How should we take it?
No. No, first thing is that all of us are in bodily platform, to be honest. So when such things does happen, we do feel unimaginable pain. Even Arjuna, when Abhimanyu died, was an immeasurable pain. So somebody asked this question to Prabhupada. Do you know that famous, after the lecture question, Hindi lecture? Prabhupada was taking a class, and at the end of the class, one Indian person asked this question that, first the foreigner asked the question, Prabhupada was so happy, he was full in faith, and Prabhupada replied so happily. Then an Indian said, I also want to ask a question. I'm an old man, allow me to ask a question. So Prabhupada said, nobody is old, soul is always young. Then the person was asking question in a very, very offensive way. How could this Arjuna, after hearing Bhagavad Gita, behave ridiculously, because if he has heard Gita, he should have understood soul and body. From himself is hearing, but he behaved ridiculously because he said, I want to jump into the fire when the sun body was being burned, correct? Arjuna was inconsolable at that hour, and then finally he took the great pledge, he'll kill that fellow, Jayadetta. So at that moment, the question was asked to Prabhupada. The Prabhupada became really upset. So your question is ridiculous and you're ridiculous. He's a devotee. He can't take Arjuna as ridiculous. Do you understand? For us, nothing happens if somebody speaks anything against Krishna or his devotees. Actually, philosophy can attack him, but our heart doesn't get hurt. But pure devotees, they love these devotees. Just like, somebody who loves somebody is insulting him. So Prabhupada takes on that person very heavily. And then Prabhupada gives an answer. Prabhupada said, see, he continued the war. Look at that. Did he leave the war? No. It's natural. Prabhupada said it's natural. And because natural, when somebody's child dies, there will be pain. It's natural. Okay? But he continued with the war. So similarly, in our life, jerks will come and big disasters happen. But we pick ourselves up and continue in the devotion service. That is the success. Correct? Paramahamsas, they are on liberated platform. For them, it has no meaning. Like Shukadeva Goswami. What? Is it an event to be discussed, he will say, isn't it? He just walked away from his father so when he was born. Not even looked at anybody. Total detachment. Totally on a Paramahamsa platform, and the naked girl saw him. They said that this person doesn't discriminate between male and female. He's saying, what? So what? He will say, so what? But for us, it is not like that. When it happens to some far and all, it's okay. But something they're attached to, it will be unbearable pain. But at the same time, because we have in Krishna consciousness, we will be able to handle it. Okay? And easily we will be able to very soon recover. Devotee should recover very soon. Because devotee knows that nothing lamentable happens in Krishna's kingdom. Event, whatever happened, is a good event. Nothing bad can happen. So Krishna has given a very good opportunity. He has taken the devotee in another situation. Correct? Just like we do, we'll leave the job, go to another jobs. Correct? Krishna also sometimes, gives you a promotion and takes you to another job. But for us, it is all tearing the body and the pain and all. We all. But I know that it's just a small thing. But still the pain of death shudders everybody. What is typically, how much is the pain of death? How much is the pain of death?
I think 40 lakhs of scorpions when you bite at the same time. That's how much the pain would be.
How many scorpions bite you?
I think 40 lakhs or 80 lakhs, something like that. Probably.
No, not lakhs. I think some 100.
40,000.
Pile Mataji, how many scorpions? Some.
I don't know, Prabhuji. It
It's
must
like
be
a
as bad as giving birth.
No, he's frightening you more. No, it's like a simultaneous biting of many scorpions. Okay?
Yeah.
And I think not lakhs. It is, I think, 100, I think, or something like that. They bite it together. And that kind of pain, it's unbearable pain, or something like breaking bone is easy, no?
When the soul goes away.
The body has a tremendous pain at the time of death.
So that is when the soul goes away.
Yeah, that is when the soul goes away. Yeah. So, transcendental kingdom. Proper statement, please use this. This is for slapping your mind. Kingdom is not a myth, but as factual as the moon. Just like you see the moon, kingdom of God is there. One must have transcendental qualities to understand kingdom of God and God himself. So let us hear Prabhupada more. Okay? He's on his job as an Acharya of Kali Yuga, 10,000 years, to fix us on Krishna's lotus feet, correct? So, give an opportunity. Recently, I was in one college and we have a weekly on Friday evening, a program. So, as usual, it happens, students start coming later. So, I banged them this time. I said, see, it cannot be like this. You cannot go to college late, correct? Generally, in all the ISKCON programs, the program is 7 to 9. People start coming 7:30, then 8, then 8:30. Isn't it? It happens.
Yes.
Then we have to once, say, please come on time. Now I'm done in a temple. I split the program into two. I start a program on time and I lock the door in my room. So my room lecture happens. So in English, and Sridhara takes below in Kannada. So nobody can enter my place. That is not after the time, because then people keep entering. It's very difficult. You have to keep repeating. And bring them to the line. No, you lose your flow. And people come late. Then there is an opportunity to hear. That's why I'm telling the students, you're not giving me a chance to speak to you. If I don't get chance, how will it change? Then I ask how many are watching IPL matches. So many raise hand, I bang them nicely. So what's the use of hearing me for 1 year? Still you're addicted to watching the nonsense cricket matches. So like that.
Okay. Yeah, Prabhuji, let me clarify on this. It is written in, it is said in scripture, Garuda Puran, that when a man dies, he suffers.
Oh, you read that Garuda Puran thing? It's very scary, huh?
An unbearable pain of 42,000 scorpion bites.
Okay, 42,000 it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Garuda Purana has, and on that day when we are coming back, one person with me, Mataji, Shisha Kumar, Dr. Shisha, he was narrating to me what all happens, and I said immediately the soul is not, according to Garuda Purana, the detail is said, the soul is not able to leave the body immediately, it's so attached. So he's around, hanging around, he says now. So it's good to do for him, he was
But there are some people who are lucky that, they die in sleep or without even knowing that they are dying. Some people sleep just while sleeping, they just pass away. So those people are probably lucky.
The Garuda, okay, take it. Chalo, let us go to, we do one more shloka, otherwise we done one shloka today. Oh, best of the Brahmanas, please also describe creation of those throughout the universe, the four directions, sky, planet, star, mountain, the seas, island, as well as different kind of inhabitants. But take this is done.
This is done, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Done. The proper say no place is vacant. We read this purport also. Okay,
Yes,
that's what we are discussing. There is a great plan for the plan. Okay. Please describe the inner or outer space of the universe by specific division as well as character and activities of great souls. And also the characteristics of the different classification of caste and orders of social life. Yeah.
I'll read.
Yes, Mataji.
Purport. Maharaj Parikshit is a typical devotee of Lord Krishna, and as such, he is anxious to know the complete significance of the creation of the Lord. He wants to know the inner and outer space of the universal form. It is quite fitting for the real searcher of knowledge to know all about this. Those who are of the opinion that the devotees of the Lord are satisfied with mere sentiments can find in the inquiries of Maharaj Parikshit good lessons as to how inquisitive a pure devotee is to know the things in their true perfection. The modern scientist is unable to know about the inner space of the universal horizon, and what to speak of the space in which covers the universe. Maharaj Parikshit is not satisfied with only material knowledge. He is inquisitive about the character and activities of the great souls, the devotees of the Lord. The glories of the Lord and the glories of his devotees combined together comprise the complete knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Krishna showed his mother the complete universal creation within his mouth, while she, completely charmed by her son, wanted to look inside the mouth of the Lord just to see how much earth the child had eaten. By the grace of the Lord, the devotees are able to see everything in the universe within the mouth of the Lord. The very idea of the scientific divisions of 4 classes of human society and 4 orders of life is also inquired about here on the basis of individual personal quality. The 4 divisions are exactly like the 4 divisions of one's personal body. The part and parcels of the body are non-different from the body, but by themselves they are only parts. That is the significance of whole scientific system of 4 castes and 4 social orders. The value of such scientific divisions of human society can be ascertained only in terms of the proportionate development of devotional service to the Lord. The value of such scientific divisions of human society can be ascertained only in terms of the proportionate development of devotional service to the Lord. Any person employed in government service, including the president, is a part and parcel of the entire government. Everyone is a government servant, but no one is the government himself. That is the position of all living entities in the government of the Supreme Lord. No one can artificially claim the supreme position of the Lord, but everyone is meant to serve the purpose of the supreme whole.
As a character and actor, so it's not only is asking the universal situation, very important, character and activities of the great souls. Correct? He wants to know character and activities. Take a character and activities of the great souls. So Prabhupada is saying the devotee is interested in everything, not only to know how the world is functioning, as how he was also interested to know that the Lord and the devotees. Okay, that's what he says. Where it is different in. Oh, I'm losing track. Which shloka? We were in this shloka. Different.
16. Yeah, that's one.
Take a character and also the classification of different castes and orders of the life. Properly, the development of. Correct. It's according to the part and parcel scientific division in terms of proportionate development or devotion service to the Lord. Correct. Brahmana more developed, Kshatriya less, Vaishya less. That the division is based on that category. It's not based on birth.
Material.
It's based on guna and karma.
Devotional service.
Development or devotional service. Brahmachari, Grihastha, Sannyas. Whole focus is devotion service. Correct. So based on that, there are proportional development. Okay. 4 divisions are like, you all know this, no? Divisions are like divisions of the body.
Yeah.
Chalo, we do one more, 17. Please explain all. Any questions on the last one? So
No
previous 16 one asks the dimensions of the universe, characteristic activities of devotees, and characteristics of Varnashrama. Correct? And Dimensions of the Universe will come in 5th canto, 1st shloka, and 1st chapter, and 5th canto, 16 to 26th chapter. And then Characters of Varnashram will come in 7th canto, 11 to 15, and 11th canto, 17 to 18.
What is this book name, Prabhu?
You want to know where this?
Nitika Mataji wanted to know.
This which book from where I'm giving you this answer? You can see online. That book is there. Bhagavad
What's the
Subodhini. Is there on Amazon?
Bhagavad
You can purchase on Amazon also.
Okay.
Bhagavad Subodhini. This is the it's for this is for 1st and 2nd canto. Okay. But actually, you don't need this information every time. But for me, it can be in your temples. It may be there now. They are widely. It's from Chapati temples. They have put good network. They put everybody. They are selling via free. They are selling via. They are selling via Amazon. They are selling via. They have their own printing press. Tulsi books. So either the place you will be able to locate and take a try to see get the latest edition, because online I saw old editions I was getting. Then I personally called up Gauranga. And he gave me a number, but my temple where we have the team here, they said no, Prabhu, it's not needed this book, just information, notes it is. We would like to hear, because what happens, they say if you get the notes and you not read the book then. That's the tendency in the colleges. Once you get notes, you read the textbook. No. We have pleasure in reading the textbook. See what happens, there are 3 things of reading: thinking, feeling, and willing. Thinking is that, you see the concepts, that's what the book is. But when you read Prabhupada purport, there is feeling there, the heart of Prabhupada is there, correct? And then Prabhupada orders are there. So the notes will not be able to capture everything. So book is always. Okay. So now Prabhupada is saying what? Please explain all different ages in the duration of the creation, all the duration of such ages, also telling about different activities, different incarnations of the Lord in different ages. So this is 17th. This is about yugas, characters yugas, yuga dharma, and activities of yuga avatara. Yeah. Who's going to read?
Dinesh Prabhu.
Yeah. Lord Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and all the incarnations of the Supreme Lord, although non-different from him, are emanations from the Supreme. Maharaja Parikshit inquired from the great and learned sage Sukadeva Goswami about the different activities of such incarnations, so that the incarnation of the Lord might be confirmed by his activities in the authoritative scriptures. Maharaja Parikshit was not to be carried away by the sentiments of the common man to accept an incarnation of the Lord very cheaply. Instead, he wished to accept the incarnation of the Lord by symptoms mentioned in the Vedic literatures and confirmed by an Acharya like Sukadeva Goswami. The Lord descends by his internal energy without any obligation to the laws of material nature, and thus his activities are also uncommon. The specific activities of the Lord are mentioned, and one should know that the activities of the Lord and the Lord himself are identical due to being on the absolute plane. Thus, to hear the activities of the Lord means to associate with the Lord directly, and association with the Lord directly means purification from material contamination. We have already discussed this point in the previous volume.
So this last is so nice. To hear about the activities is to associate with the Lord directly. And what happens when you say feel purified? So that is that how we are hearing Bhagavatam and we feel purification of the heart. Correct, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it is just a story, you should not do that. But Bhagavatam purifies. You feel so refreshed. Same thing chanting Hare Krishna. We chant Hare Krishna and we feel so purified. Okay. Lord Krishna, the original personality of the incarnation, non-different emanation, Supreme Maharaj, President, from the great and learned, etc. All the different activities, the different incarnations.
Kirtan is going more pleasant, Prabhu.
Not Gandharva. Gandharva, somebody else has given mine. I think they are waiting now. They're only 7:30. I go for class. Mighty confirm activity and authority, Maharaj Parishad, not to be carried as sentiments of common except incarnation very cheaply. Different activity incarnation, so that the incarnation Lord might be confirmed by the activity and authority scripture, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So not that cheaply. So many gods in India, so many Sai Babas. Instead, he wished to accept the incarnation or by symptoms. You know the big joke? One person in our office said that I am Kalki Avatar. I don't want to come to office. I am very busy. World is in problem. The office sent him notice. Why you're not reporting? Say letter. I am Kalki Avatar. Don't disturb me. So how that crazy fellow becomes, anybody can become Avatar. Internal energy without any obligation laws of mental nature, and activities are uncommon. The specific activity.
Problem is nowadays people don't want to listen. They used to be before as well.
Yeah, that is I do not know.
Because that story again, I was just going through all this.
I don't know.
Bhakti Vinod Thakur also. This is first time I heard about this story when he went somewhere and person was telling people were worshipping him as God. Then he.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Sorry.
You didn't know that story? It's a very famous one. One person declared that I am God, Bishikashena, I think. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, so there was a lot of complaint came. The British told Bhaktivinoda Thakur to handle it because they are known to be a religious man. And he was a scholar, very big scholar. He went in plain clothes, but the man identified him. He was a yogi. He said, hey, Kedarnath Datta, go away, don't disturb me. I'll make you king of India. Don't disturb me. But actually, that person having some yogic powers was doing lot of sinful activities. Finally, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when asked him, why didn't you come to Jagannath Puri? What are you doing in this village? He said, what will I do? Jagannath is just a piece of stone, a piece of wood. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, as devotee, can't hear that. He was wild, tiger, full of red eyes. He said, arrest this rascal. The moment he made the statement, got him police to arrest him, and he put him in the jail. And then he was still showing some mystic powers, and his whole family was in a very high fever. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, I may die, but I will punish this rascal. And he was wrote his judgment, and then after that he shaved off all his hairs on the head. Generally, tapasya, these people keep the power there because of that. And he shaved his head, he's lost all power. This fellow had not eaten for so many days. The yogi was full of strength. He collapsed in the fort and put him in the jail, and he could not handle the save or disgrace from being God and situation of a prisoner. He committed suicide in the jail. You know about this, Yuresh?
No, Prabhuji. No.
Oh, this is a very famous pastime from Bhaktivinoda Thakur's life. Just type in Bhaktivinoda Thakur punishing the so-called God incarnation, correct? Read in various places it is connected. Prabhupada has many times spoken about this pastime. ठीक है. Okay, anything? Nitika, today we lost half an hour trying to connect. You understood, Payal Mataji, what is the reason?
No, Prabhu, phone is still not working.
No,
I will figure it out.
Were you using Chrome browser in the phone?
Just directly, there is a Google Hangout there.
Yeah.
That's all.
अभी इसमें इंटरनेट एक्सप्लोरर बोल रहा है करने लैपटॉप में, उससे वॉइस कनेक्ट कर रही है कुछ तो.
Oh, you are not using you are using Internet Explorer for this now?
Yes, that's what it suggested to get the voice. So I had to download. Something happened like that.
On the mobile? No, in the laptop, this is fine. Voice is clear?
Voice is clear. On phone, if I try to do, it says, just a sec.
No, you said crash.
Crash recovery.
No, you message to me that thing and I'll study. If somebody else having, I will know the clue to it. There was
Crash recovery, attempting to recover from a crash. Please help us to fix the issue by sending a crash report. And I send it, but still it's
no,
happening.
they will be evaluating the crash report. You're using iPhone?
Yes, Prabhu.
You're all big people. That is the problem.
Yeah.
iPhone, you use
That's what I get from.
No, iPhone, you use Safari browser, Mataji. That's the problem. And this Hangout is
I'm
a
using
part
Safari.
of Google.
Okay, okay.
Therefore, you have to install Google Chrome in your mobile.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
I'll do it. Okay.
Just install Google Chrome. Then next time.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay?
Okay.
Now Gandharva started singing Jai Radha Madhav. Jai Radha Madhav is now. Then now I have to run also. These people have preponed my program. Okay?
Okay.
All the best, Prabhuji.
Okay, I have to call some calls.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Are we were waiting for you. You could something you say. We didn't hear from you.
No, actually, I was my call was getting disconnected. There's an error coming up again and again. So
Okay, but you could
I
hear.
had to, yeah, in between I could hear.
Oh,
And then
in
again,
the laptop also.
no, I'm on the iPad.
On iPad, but in the iPad also it was not coming clear. Okay, don't worry. It's always in the beginning. We are using a video conference now. It will figure out. You'll
Okay.
figure out 1 or 2 times. Okay, so this anything from today. The main message, Yuresh.
Main message, well, it's all about the questions Maharaj Parikshit was asking to Sukadeva Goswami. The message I got connected is you need a qualification to go into a spiritual world, and you need to attain that before.
Yes. First deserve, then desire.
Yeah,
True.
that's right.
Proper statement. Prabhupada used to say. He was like always a lion. And devotees, oh my God, first deserve, then desire. Okay, I'll take a leave now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.